Alright, Chapter 2, Clothing and Equipment. Technical Manual, Firefighting Rescue and Theater Operations, TM 5315. Headquarters, Department of Army, 1971. Alright, Chapter 2, Clothing and Equipment, Section 1, Clothing. 2.1, Introduction. Protective clothing provides firefighting maximum personal strength, which enables them to approach and attack fires, perform rescue operations effectively. For normal fires in buildings and open and involving basic, ordinary combustible materials, wood, paper, sword materials, etc. The protecting clothing is issued consistent with a special fireman's bunker coat, trousers with suspenders, plastic helmet, rubber boots, and gloves. This clothing, when properly worn, gives reasonable protection for to wear against normal exposures to heat, flame, water, cold, physical injury without too much sacrifice of body freedom. For more extreme fire intensity exposures such as flammable liquids and liquid and solid fuels, propellants, chemicals, explosives encountered with typical aircraft missile fires, special protective clothing must be worn in varying combinations with the normal clothing. Such additional clothing consists of special heat reflective coat and trouser covers, protective head and face and shoulder hoods. All types of protective clothing are intended to be worn various combinations over the conjunction of normal personnel working clothing depending on climatic, work, and fire conditions. 2.2 Normal protective clothing. Protective clothing should be put in before leaving the fire station. The following clothing is issued to the firefighter for the use of fighting normal installation fires. A bunker coat. This is a length of the coat of special water repellent and flame retardant duct over the cloth with repellent liner and removable blank inner lining. Special snap fastening protection provided with quick hitch for putting on the coat. The lining should not be removed from except for cleaning. B. Bunker trousers. This consists of an over trouser with a duck clothed with a liner similar with the bunker coat, but the trouser legs are designed for the rapid downing and to be worn over the fireman's boots. Special waist with flaps and snaps and fastening are provided to facilitate secure and place. Trousers are generally worn in heavy-duty quick hitch. Suspenders, which are not being worn, bunker trousers, are normally assembled over the boots, and suspenders arranged to permit downing in single movement. Plastic helmet. The special model plastic safety helmet with cushioned heat and strap is provided with the fit and prevent the impact of head injury. A chin strap further secure the helmet in place under adverse working conditions. In some cases, an additional removable inner liner with the ear and back of the neck of the flaps is provided with the helmet, protecting against the falling of debris, contact with obstruction in some degree, against the wear and moderate heat reflection. Boots. Rubber boots designed particularly for firemen's use of the hip length with a steel safety toe, flexible puncture-proof safety and sole, overlapping steel plates, heavy corrugated with non-slip, grease-resistant outer sole. It protects the foot against the physical injury and may be worn with equal comfort in both hot and cold climates and variations in socks. Gloves. Standard gloves issued by the fireman consist of conventional leather shells, medium duty type of thumb fingers, and these gloves may be worn with either separately various combinations of cotton, wool, and other fabric, rubber, synthetic coated, or impregnated liners of the covers, depending upon the personal preference. The local condition of leather gloves, while not as a water repellent or heat insulative as the type of the combinations, are generally preferred. Since they are reasonable protection, the pliable enough to hinder the performance of the fighting tasks, it's good practice to carry an extra pair in the pocket of the turnout coat, and asbestos gloves, and unless treated with worn and some combination of water repellents, are not recommended because they tend to soak up moisture and create several internal steaming when issued to heat. Alright, F. Protective clothing maintenance. After use of all types of protective clothing should be checked for damages, for cuts, abrasions, burns, or wears. Reflective fabrics, coats, and trousers are somewhat more likely to be cut and torn, especially the working with clothes with jagged metal such as damaged aircraft. All items of the clothing should be flushed off after the use of removal residual fuel, extinguishing agents, oils, chemicals, and dirts. Figure 2.1 shows a normal protective clothing. Figure 2 special protective clothing. etc. Persistent dirt and contamination should be removed from the washing of the soap and the mild detergent, water, and brush. In some cases, mild solvents may be used for the cleaning and tumbling, scrubbing, and the abrasive would be kept in the minimum. In particular, for aluminized reflective fabrics, clothing should be thoroughly dried after and cleaning to prevent molding and rotting. Some of the protective hood models have the special fire faceplate glass, which may be removed from the cleaning of the replacement. The glass is removed and unfastening one side of the frame and sliding it out of the glass. 2-3 Special protective clothing. Special protective clothing is used to fight the fires with extreme heat and such oil, missile, and aircraft fires. Aluminum covers. These consist of a separate long coat with the trousers. The covers are made of special heat reflective of aluminum clothes of the same material other than hood and gloves in Figure 2.2 are made. The material reflects about 90% of all radiant heat when cleaning. The basic fabric is primarily non-combustible yarn, minimum of 84% glass fiber and asbestos. It is not readily ignitable if subjected to flashbacks or contact with splash burning fuel. When worn over the normal bunker coats and trousers, the inner liner is removed from the absorb and pass of the body only about 1/10 of as much of the heat in normal duck bunker clothing. The combined assembly weight is about 30% less than that standard by the bunker clothing. Inner linings provided with great freedom of movement, more effective operations. Personal safety cover may be worn over the normal Arctic type of cloth when on standby in extreme cold climates. The combination of the cold and trouser covers with over the clothing allowed the wearing to approach the closer in the hot fires stay longer and safely without becoming uncomfortable. By proper arrangement of reflective covers over the bunkers and trousers, they can be put on essentially in the same time as the bunker clothing alone. B. The hood. The protective plastic skull case is with a sweatband paraces position into the upper portion. To this fastened with a swivel headpiece of thin, hard, lightweight, fire-resistant composition material holding a thick, safety, fire-resistant, heavy reflective glass piece. The whole assembly, the skull base, Figure 2.2, the whole assembly from the skull base, rear, and the chin level in the front of the is draped with a special asbestos glass, heat, and fire-restrictive clothing with the drops of shoulders worn to protect otherwise exposed portion of the head and neck and face, and the entire face base of the body. Assembly of the hood, including the drape factory, may be swung away from the face of the hood, top of the hood, without moving the skull casement from the hood. Before entering the fire in the fuel slip area, wearers should check with the fabric drape and completely down and overlapping over the coating. Shoulder wearers should be vacant with the area and removed from the hood and lift the face bases when they notice the vapor inside the hood. C. Goggles. If the mask is not worn with the protected eyes, shatter-resistant goggles should be worn when working with power tools and hand tools in pulling and cutting and striking operations. Goggles must be good quality and avoid distorted vision. Section 2. Fire apparatus.